So this question involved a series of algebraic manipulations, which we need to just go through step by step. So expand means multiply the brackets out. So we've got x times x and x times 2. Times the same thing by itself is squared. X times 2 is 2x. So our final answer here will be x squared plus 2x. The next part of the question is asking us to expand single brackets, but two of them, so we need to do bit by bit and then simplify down because of the word simplify. So the first bracket, when you expand it by multiplying, is 3 lots of y is 3y, 3 lots of 2 is 6, is positive, so plus 6. And then we've got positive 4 times x, so that's positive 4x, but then we've got positive 4 times negative 1, which is negative 4, so we're going to take away 4. And then we look at what we can bring together to make like terms simplify. So we've got 3y, no more y's. We've got plus 6 and then take away 4. So 6 take away 4 is plus 2. And then we've got plus 4x, but there's no more x's, so it'll be plus 4x. So the final answer there will be 3y plus 4x plus 2. So that works for that one. And then the next question says we've got to go through and expand a double bracket. There are lots of ways of doing these kind of questions, foil, or crab claw, grid method, whatever you prefer. I usually do the grid just to see the layout and make sure I'm including the negatives carefully. Just got to remember this is a timesing grid, so we're timesing every outside to get the middle. So t times 2t is 2t squared. T times negative 3 is negative 3t, positive 5 times that is positive 10t, and positive 5 times negative 3 is negative 15. Like terms in the middle there, so we've got 10t's take away 3t's, which gives you 7t positive. So we bring everything out the grid, so it's 2t squared, 7t from the t's, and take away 15. So that should be the answer for this. We could check it by putting a number in. If we put the number 4 in, then 8 take away 3 is 5, 4 plus 5 is 9, and 5 times 9 is 45. And then go through that and we'd find it's 45 as well. The word factorize is telling us to opposite of expanding really, so we're going back into a bracket by factorizing this, finding factors, and the idea is that if there's a common factor to all terms, then it's going to be a single bracket factorization. And when we look at this carefully, we can see straight away that 8 and 12 both have a common factor of 4, so we know it's going to be a single bracket. All we've got to do is find the highest common factor. So outside the bracket we need the highest common factor. Well, when we look at these, we can see 4 goes into both 12 and 8 as the highest common factor. And then when we look at the a parts, we've got an a squared and an a. Well, a will go into both of those. So the highest common factor is going to be 4a. What do I multiply 4a by to give me 8a squared? Well, 2a. 4 times 2 is 8. a times a is a squared. And what do I multiply 4a by to give me 12a? Well, 3. So 4 times 3 is 12, and I've got the a already. So the answer here then will be 4a brackets 2a plus 3. So again, just got to be careful to recognise factorising. It starts with the word factor. If all the terms have a common factor, then it's going to be a single bracket, highest common factor on the outside. Whatever we multiply that by to give us the original expression goes in the middle. Again, lots of different ways of doing this. We could have recognised, and then we could have divided by the highest common factor, and then we could have cancelled through 4, 4, 3. A goes with that to make a goes with that to make 2, and then what we've got left is 2a and 3. So lots of ways of looking at that question. Factorise again. Again, we check each term. As it happens, there's no common factor to all these three terms apart from 1, and that wouldn't change what it looks like. So it's going to be a double bracket factorisation. Again, lots of ways of doing this. One way is to fill in the grid in reverse. So we know this part's going to be y squared, we know this part's going to be take away 2, and we know these two bits have got to add to equal negative y. We know from the back multiplication then y and y is going to give me y squared, and to give me negative 2, we know that one of the answers is going to be negative 2 and the other is going to be positive 1. All we've got to remember is that we want this bit to equal negative y. Well, negative 2y and positive y, it does. So the bracket's going to be y take away 2, y plus 1. So lots of ways of doing factorisation and expanding and simplifying brackets.